Right, hello wine drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday, and in this case, well, this is a dinner that we did almost a month ago. What I had to drink a month ago. Well, we didn't have to send an email out to promote it because, well, Grgich Hills, the winery, is one of the most famous wineries in Napa Valley. Mike Grgich, one of the most celebrated vintners in the world, came over from Croatia with just a few dollars in his pocket. One of the great American success stories. And here's a guy that made the wine that won the Paris tasting of '76, his 1973 Chateau Montelena Chardonnay, and then went on with Mr. Hills to start his own winery, Grgich Hills, and this is all estate bottle juice from Napa Valley, prime vineyard sites, all biodynamically farmed, Detmer certified. Cabernet Sauvignon still under $50, right at $50 a bottle. Are you kidding me? There are a lot of people that just got in business that are buying fruit with winemakers that are, untested, never made, more than a few wines in their life, turning 3 times as much. That's why when I see wines like this, and especially when I see wines like this getting average scores, it just amazes me because these wines were all fantastic. As was the dinner chef, Oliver Saucy, put out some amazing food. And, we started out with Mr. Frank Markovitz telling us the story of this landmark winery and how Mr. Grgich arrived in here in the 1960s with just a few dollars in his pocket, $32 in his pocket, his first job at Christian Brothers Winery, and went on to work at BV with the great Andrei Chelichev, and then of course, on to Robert Mondavi Winery, and then, Montelena Winery, and then formed his own winery, Mike Grgich. One of the most true success stories in the Napa Valley, making some phenomenal wine today. His daughter, Violet, we've done many events with her, great family-run business still to this day. And the Fumé Blanc made a lot of friends to start out. This is a really lovely, fresh style of Fumé Blanc, and that's the term that Robert Mondavi coined because, well, Puy Fumé, he thought the wine was a little smoky, and he was good at marketing. He said this Sauvignon Blanc name is maybe not as intriguing to some people as Fumé Blanc, smoky. Anyways, this has got a lot of fresh melon and citrus fruit here, a little lemon blossom here, a little bit of whetstone minerality coming through on the finish. But like I said, this wine really fresh and clean. A lot of people, just love this wine. Went great with a pass around here. An excellent bottle of Fumé Blanc, 100% estate grown, 100% organically farmed, for $21.78. Fumé Blanc, Sauvignon Blanc, a cheap date anyways. The Chardonnay 2009, this is the wine that made Mike Grgich famous, and still the same style here. A very rich bouquet in this wine, some lovely vanilla spice. Of course, they use a little bit of new French oak. Surprise, surprise. Really ripe, delicious apple and pear fruit showing. A lovely balanced style on the palate, though, even though it's got that ripe tropical fruit you get from Napa Valley. Still has wonderful freshness. Lovely creamy texture on the palate, that bright lemon drop candy fruit showing all the way to the end, along with that little bit of spice and those mineral notes. Excellent juice at $35 a bottle. And then the Merlot. This is a Cabernet Drinkers Merlot, the 2007 vintage. It's got a little age to it, These wines, the products that are in the market today have got a couple of years under the belt. Some of them, this 2007, showing some lovely ripe cherry and plum fruit, a little milk chocolate, some fine herbs, something I get in Merlot a lot, similar to Cabernet Sauvignon, but a little bit more herbal. And then this wine has got some big structure to it as well. Merlot doesn't have quite as much tannin as Cabernet, but it has bright acidity and really lovely, elegant style of Merlot, and stylish here for $35. Also, all right, the Cabernet Sauvignon, the big boy, like I mentioned before, I don't understand the press on this wine. It's been lukewarm, mid-80s scores, which I don't know that that's bad. And when I was in school, it was a B. I was happy with that. But when you're a $50 plus Cabernet from Napa Valley, you want 90 plus scores every year. I thought this wine was most excellent. It has some lovely black currant, black cherry fruit, really fresh earth cigar box spice, some lovely nuance, some dark cocoa, really nice complexity, a classic Napa Valley Cabernet Sauvignon, smooth and elegantly fashioned on the palate. Maybe not enough oak for some of these critics, but it's got a little bit of oak spice and that lovely earthiness and that tobacco cigar box notes coming all through all the way in the finish. Most excellent juice. Really lovely balance in this wine. Hey, the Zinfandel wasn't bad here either. I don't think it's a dessert wine, but a lovely raspberry, wild strawberry fruit here. Notes of underbrush and white chocolate. Kind of briery notes here as well. Fresh, tangy redberry fruit all the way to the finish. And this wine's got some structure and got some complexity to it. The La Violetta, 1994. They were doing valuable scientific research, like I said here, folks. These are the last bottles. We've had these in the store for I don't know how long. This wine had a lovely dark amber color, had a caramelized peaches and orange peel, brown sugar. Really nice evolution in this wine, but still showing good freshness. And, these dessert wines, even though they're sweet, the great one should finish dry, as this one did. Excellent juice. Still back to 1994. You can keep sweet wines a long time. That's what we had to drink with Frank Martovitz, our friend from Grgich Hills, celebrating Mr. Mike Grgich's 90th birthday this year. Mike, party on, brother. I'm your host, Andrew Lamposoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.